Okay, hello, Closer community and friends interested in this chat this afternoon, March 22nd. I am super excited to have some really awesome experts in the field of e-learning and 3D, interactive 3D, and the future of skills. You know, with Close It, Epic Games was an early partner for Close It this year because I was just astonished to see the huge number of jobs requiring
Mhm.
skills 3D interactive technologies. And I've learned a lot from Linda and the Epic team, Steve and Gerald, your work. So this chat tonight, this afternoon, is with three people that are part of a competition that we launched as part of Close It, which is an Earth Day competition. Thanks for everybody being here with us. We really wanted to go ahead and have this chat because there's still, time for young people ages 13 to 25 all across the country to participate in this competition to learn to earn money
Mhm.
and get skills for the future of advertising careers. So I'm going to just start by welcoming everyone that is here with us and welcoming the three people that are here to talk with us today. So let's start with you, Gerald. And I think just introduce yourself, your affiliation, and kind of what your role is with this Unreal Futures competition in collaboration with the Close System.
Great. Thank you, Jamae, and greetings, everyone. My name is Gerald Solomon. I'm the founder and executive director of NASEF, the North America Scholastic Esports Federation. And we really connect learning and play and develop pipelines through fun and play for workforce development. And our work is to work with our clubs, our affiliates, both in middle school, high school, and college to give them the opportunity to learn about Unreal Engine through the Unreal Ventures program and class, and then to go ahead and experience what it's like to be able to create a PSA for Earth Day. There's nothing better than to enjoy learning. And if you can enjoy learning, then all the better. It opens up lots of doors. And that's what we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Thanks, Gerald. Sterling, I was really thrilled to get to know Tallow a little better after
Mhm.
last year's Close It and really love how many learners you all are able to reach and help these learners explore careers, skills, higher education opportunities, etc. So tell me a little bit about the Hello and what your role is for this Earth Day competition.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Janae. I'm Sterling Holbrook. I'm the Director of Strategic Initiatives at Tallow. Tallow is essentially we're an online platform and an app that connects talent with opportunities. So it's a free resource for students. We have around 1.5 million users that are on Tallow right now, and we're essentially the meeting place in the middle. So we work with colleges, companies, and organizations from all over the country. And we're just that meeting place in the middle where we're able to bring opportunities like this incredible opportunity we're talking about tonight straight to you. So Tallow is the official platform for receiving all of the applications for the Earth Day competition. And a little bit later tonight, I will walk you through what you need to do in order to get your project submitted so that it can get over to the judges. We've got a lot of money on the line for this competition, so we want to make sure that you know exactly where to go in order to submit your project. So looking forward to the conversation tonight and welcome everybody.
Thanks, Sterling. And Steve's with Epic Games and Unreal Futures, which is kind of the learning side of the house at Epic. So introduce yourself and tell us about what you're up to.
Sure. So my name is Steve Isaacs. I was a teacher for 28 years and just took a full-time position as education program manager at Epic Games. And I'm very invested as Epic is in, the educational opportunities for students and especially, creating tomorrow's creators. So the Unreal Futures project, which is something we just launched, really takes a good look at how Unreal Engine and interactive 3D and real-time technology is being used across many industries. Our first example being advertising. We have a number of these other programs coming out for areas like aerospace and fashion and such. But this particular, the first one is, it's about a 3-hour free online course that kids and adults and everybody can take in order to learn a little bit about the advertising field from industry professionals, and also get an opportunity to create or recreate an Oreo advertisement using Unreal Engine to prepare them with the skills they need to participate in the advertisement competition for Earth Day.
Awesome. So, Steve, tell us a little bit about the future jobs using 3D interactive. I mean, I know there's great research that we've published, and I will include that again for the community, but it's jobs across every single industry, right? And
Absolutely.
so, kind of tell me what the big plan is as you all roll this out
Sure.
at Epic.
So, one of our goals is to prepare students with the skills they'll need for the jobs that, oftentimes aren't even invented yet, but many that are emerging right now. And they do cross many fields. So real-time technology and interactive 3D is being used widely in the film industry, in aerospace, automotive, games, of course, and gosh, so many. I mean, it's really across all verticals, and just about every industry you can imagine is finding ways to incorporate interactive 3D, or already has been, is now finding ways to become much more efficient through the use. And, our feeling is getting kids, up to speed on using industry standard tools and building their portfolio is the best way to prepare them, for these jobs once they get out of school.
That's awesome. And so Gerald, with NASAF, you all are working really with clubs and teams across the globe, right? Kind of talk about the work NASAF's doing, how you're expanding that, you know, thinking about the workforce and these skills and the importance of those as early as middle school.
Sure. So, we all know that students learn best through immersive experiential learning, or what educators call PBL, or project-based learning. What we do at NASAF is we engage in project-based learning through gaming and esports, all in the virtual world, which is, as we know, in COVID, post-COVID, and we even knew before that the virtual world and the virtual reality and what Unreal is all about is really the future, not only of jobs and job opportunities, but where technology is going in so many different facets. So part of what we do and why we're involved in all of this is we have thousands and thousands of clubs all over the world, and we provide curriculum around STEM and STEAM education to really give kids an opportunity to expose themselves to careers that they otherwise would never think of. So when you go and you're going to create this PSA, you're going to see an opportunity to get engaged in and learn a little bit about advertising. But there's an entire world besides that that uses 3D animation, whether it's around production design, whether it's around event management, whether it's around the fandom art piece, or a myriad of other types of things. That's part of what we do at NASAF, is we allow kids to play, just like you'll do here, because really creativity is play, whether it's through gaming or esports, or whether it's through robotics, or whether it's through Maker or Tinker or Hackathon and the like. It's all that hands-on immersive learning. And this will be the opportunity to be exposed to that. And that's part of what we're trying to do, is take kids, especially those that are really not that engaged, but are really creative and are looking for something to do and a pathway for themselves. And this is a great way to do it. So it's a real pleasure and honor to be working with Epic, with Innovate to Educate, Close It, and Tallow in order to bring this out to students all over the country.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really awareness, I think, because as much as I believe that I'm really keen on the future of working these skills, I didn't know all of this. So Steve, when you all are trying to educate the classroom, you are one of those educators. Do you find that the educators have time to integrate this, or is it just another uh, big hurdle for an educator? Or how do you, both you and Gerald feel like you get response from the education field when it comes to bringing these new tools and the future
Yeah.
work into this classroom?
Well, that's an excellent question. And a lot of what we're, at least on our education team, are looking at is trying to help both educators and students on board, onto using these tools. But one of the really neat things about a project like Unreal Futures is it's essentially a self-paced course that has videos and then has an actual host walking students through the actual project. So we meant for it to be a light touch on part of the teacher, almost like a turnkey program. I'm a big fan as an educator of going through the content myself. I mean, I love to learn anyway. So just knowing enough to be able to support the kids. But the idea, and that's actually, another neat thing about this project is Unreal Engine is huge and powerful, right? But we're not trying to teach kids all of Unreal Engine right now. What we're trying to teach them is some very specific skills that would be used in like advertising using Unreal Engine. So the primary skills that kids are going to learn in Unreal Engine through this project are going to be as simple as, animating the camera using the sequencer, working with some objects, some of which are already provided and such, and then basically recreating a very short ad through what they're learning from the host Sonali Singh in the segments. And then the idea for the competition is just take those few little things that you learned and now apply them with messaging that actually is a call to action. So, it's kind of one of these things, like we're really trying to embed the idea of curriculum and interdisciplinary work, but by teaching just the skills that get them started and get them excited about continuing. Kids are amazing. When we give them the resources and empower them to learn, they'll go beyond when it becomes relevant and important to them. But we're giving both teachers and students everything they need to go through this activity.
And these are just questions that I hope are helpful to the audience. Is it more normally done in a language arts class, or is it out of school time? I mean, where do you kind of try to go for that educator?
That's another great question. So I think it goes with a lot of these tools, right? Like we want to teach kids these tools, but I think we want to teach them in context. So
Mm-hmm.
the more authentic the experience is, the better. In a case like, and when the activity is an Earth Day advertisement, that could be very easily integrated in a science class, a language arts class, a communication technology class, so, or a tech class. But again, we're giving them, we're trying to make it like that for a number. And the idea that we're talking about all of these different industries and how this, it's like, let's give kids a very meaningful tool, an authentic industry standard tool to work with. What they create with it can align with your content, however that might be.
Great. Sterling, so we've got different levels of prizes. And I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but I think you can register as a group, as a teacher with a student, etc. You would just talk a little bit about, we'll finish doing a walkthrough, maybe you can show the registration site or something. But why don't you just give us a few of the high level details on the process, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind at all. So, Steve actually dropped the link to our informational landing page for the competition in the chat, but I'll also just quickly share my screen to walk you through at a very high level. So, this is kind of meant to be your one stop hub for all things related to the competition. So, any of the questions that you may have will hopefully be answered here. This is just kind of a general overview of what the competition is about. Here's where I'm sure a lot of you actually really care. Here is the money. So these are the competition prizes that we're offering. There are 2 different age groups that are going to be eligible. So you just have to be anywhere from 13 to 25. When you actually sign up to submit your project, you will be able to indicate which age group that you're in and if you worked as a group or whether you did this as an individual. Essentially, the main things that we want you to remember are the timeline here. So the deadline for submitting your final projects is going to be Monday, April 12th. We want to make sure that you have plenty of time to actually take the course too. So it's good that you're here tonight. it's not too late, but definitely get started on the course. On the second page of the landing page, there's some additional details here about the competition itself. So guidelines here for you, submission components, and how to go about submitting it. Again, April 12th, don't forget that deadline. This is also really awesome. So I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look at the judge information, but there's some pretty important people that are going to be a part of the judging process. So to think that you could get your work in front of people that are, you know, the head of content creation for Buck or the CEO of Rube Goldberg is pretty cool. Once you, did you have a question, Jemay? Sorry. Okay, so once you kind of go through the details, if you're interested in participating, you want to apply on Tallo. So this is essentially a Tallo profile here, and all of the applications are found in the opportunities tab. So you can search for Epic and it'll pop up. You can search for Unreal Engines, you can search NASEF, and the opportunity will pop up for you. You want to search it, and then you can go about applying right here. So any questions at all about that, Jemay? Was that helpful? I know it's super quick, but wanted to make sure everybody could kind of see those steps.
I think that's super helpful. We'll have time for questions. So if anybody does have a question, you know, we will also be sharing this recording. So I think it's just pretty self-explanatory. I wanted to say thank you to Gerald, who got the amazing judges. Gerald, do you want to just touch on, you know, the judges and their expertise?
Yeah, so these are people that you may or may not know by name or company. Some of them, for example, like the producer of the Lego movie was mentioned, the head of Rube Goldberg, the head of marketing for Qualcomm globally, the creative director around all things esports for CAA, and then the head of marketing and outreach for the Immortals, one of the largest, most prolific professional esports teams in the world. So these are all people who know and understand the field, the content, and as Sterling mentioned, just having an opportunity to get your work product in front of people at this level is pretty significant, besides the gaming prizing that's available here. So I would encourage you to spread the word. It's not often that you get a chance to be in front of people like what we're talking about, and also play and learn at the same time. And I think one of the things that this will allow you to do is build your portfolio. What a great opportunity for a student to use this as an opportunity to create something that they will showcase forever as they look for work, as they look for opportunities in the future. And they can say, look at the caliber of judges who assessed my piece and my work and what I created. What a great piece for their own portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for a resume, great
Yes.
for job search, for summer job search, anything. And we're really excited to see the submissions. Do we have any questions from the people watching now that they'd like to ask of these three experts here? Any questions? Kathy, I'm glad you're excited. It looks like you're an educator, and glad you're here with us.
You know, while we're waiting for questions, I'm going to answer a question that we've already gotten a number of times. So occasionally we've had somebody who has found the competition and didn't feel like they had the direction in terms of using Unreal Engine. So they felt like it was this overwhelming task. And I can actually share my screen, or maybe, yeah. Let's see here. So I'm just going to show real quick, but this is the Unreal Futures Careers in Advertising page that you'll go to take the course. The course, like I say, it's about a 3-hour course. It's all video driven. It's both a matter of learning about the industry, but also hands-on with Unreal Engine. And like I said, the skills that you're learning are pretty reasonable. So it's a matter of taking those skills and applying them for the competition. So I just don't want people to be overwhelmed thinking, oh gosh, look at this huge competition that I don't know how to participate in. If you go through this Unreal Futures course, you are 100% prepared to participate in the in the competition.
Which is very, very cool. And this is just the beginning of the courses. And I know fashion design is going to be one of the courses. Do you know what other courses are in your pipeline or?
Yeah, we're definitely looking at one in the area of fashion, one in the area of aerospace, and then we're still looking at ideas for the other industries that we're going to explore, because there are so many exciting industries in this space. Yeah. So there will be more.
Well, that's what I love is that the students can be doing this on their own time, as part of an assignment or just on their own, getting these skills that they want to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for showing that. It is a little daunting when you hear Unreal Engines in competition. You're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But I hope that everybody can help share the word, share the link about this. Again, it's 13 to 25-year-olds, so it's really starting as early as 8th grade. I've shared it with a lot of the New Mexico districts, as well as LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. And I know that NASEF and Tello have shared it broadly. So hopefully we'll have some fun final videos for the judges to watch. Yeah. It's going to be fun to see what they do. Any other questions from the folks watching that are on with us? Thank everybody for being here, and I hope you're all here because you want to share it with others.
I would just encourage everyone to please spread the word. This is really going to be fun for kids, and they're going to learn something and play at the same time. And I would encourage you just to spread it far and wide.
Yeah, and we will definitely keep everybody informed. We will share the finalists
on Earth Day, in fact.
On Earth Day.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun. I know everybody globally is glad that it's spring of 2021 and not 2020. So I don't see any other questions. But hi from New Jersey, Tim, and Kathy's excited. And so I see our friend Brian Alexander here, who wrote a whole book on the future of higher education. So hopefully Brian will get this plugged into higher education. Yeah. And the future of work is here for sure.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Jamae, for putting all this together.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Brian said, what's the upper age limit? It's 25, Brian. So anybody that's not 26 can is there a flyer that could be posted to promote the competition? Definitely. Sterling, where is we've got several social media images.
Yeah, I have that. Marvin, I will definitely post that and tag you.
Okay, good.
Thanks,
so
Steve.
Cool.
Okay, thanks to everybody it's fun to have this kind of collaboration. I will send Braden, will you chat me your email right here in the chat so that I can.
There is a question that it says, when was the deadline for registration? We're still within time to register. You can still totally register, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, Braden, thank you. I got it.
Plenty of time.
I'll be sending this link out by the end of the day, so I will make sure that you are CC'd. It'll go out to all the attendees of today's session, and then be posted as well on LinkedIn and other exciting spots. And there'll be a press release that goes out tomorrow. So looking forward to it, and thank all of you for the time that you provided us today, and especially thank you to the panelists.
Thanks
for having me.
Have a good evening.
Take care, everyone.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.